Hello my lovelies and welcome to Eargasms, an audiobook review show where we delve into the world of contemporary romance. Each week I'll bring you audiobook reviews, recommendations, releases and all the goings on in the romance world. Today's review is King by T.M. Frazier. Set in modern day Florida, we are introduced to 12-year-old but huge for his age Brantley King. After witnessing his mother's boyfriend taking his fist to her again, King, already full of rage, sees a brute of a kid pummeling a much smaller one. King jumps in, not necessarily trying to save Samuel Preppy Clearwater, a bow tie wearing gangly kid from the trailer park who dresses and speaks more like a foul-mouthed grandfather than an 11-year-old boy. More like needing to punch something, but he does nonetheless. Running up to catch up with the retiring King, both boys soon realise they've managed to hit the jackpot when it comes to having the worst parents in the world. They become fast friends, making a pact to do whatever it takes, legally or otherwise, to move on up like the white trash versions of the Jeffersons, and this is where the story begins. It fast forwards to adulthood. King is released after a 3-year prison stint, and he's now the kind of man you really do not want to get on the wrong side of. He's a 6-foot wall of tattooed muscle, still brooding. You wouldn't know a sense of humour if you jumped up and slapped him across his face, and as for polite conversation, good luck with that one. Preppy, on the other hand, is the comic relief. He's the guy that has everybody in stitches, from his pop culture references to his foul-mouthed tirades and his really off-colour humour. The pancake-loving, bow-tie-wearing, foul-mouthed lunatic may look like sunshine compared to the monosyllabic darkness that is King. Preppy is darker. Doe wakes up on a park bench with no memory whatsoever. She doesn't know who she is, she doesn't know where she comes from, but next to her on the bench is a girl by the name of Nikki, the junkie hooker. Nikki is crass and everything about her rubs Doe up the wrong way, but she's the only person she knows and beggars can't be choosers, so she befriends her. Nikki convinces Doe to come with her to a biker party that's happening in Logan's Beach, with the hopes that she may find a biker to take care of her. This is where Doe and King's lives collide. Narrators: Molly Glenmore and Rob Shapiro. Molly Glenmore does an amazing job. Her raspy melodic voice suits the heroine to a T, and her delivery of dialogue from the male POV is outstanding. She gets the net range right and it's really pleasant to the ears. Rob Shapiro, my goodness. This guy, his baritone voice is so sexy, he will have you crossing your legs, your knees will buckle. If ever there was a perfect casting for a voice of a character, this is it. His ability to portray each and every character and pull emotions using his voice is outstanding. Both narrators' voices suit each other very well, making the book really easy and a joy to listen to. Sex scenes. This is scorching hot and will have your toes curling. The author. T.M. Frazier lived in Florida and is as edgy as her books. Everything from her fiery pillar box red hair to the anti-heroes she writes. T.M. is quoted as saying she enjoys writing what she calls wrong side of the tracks romance with a morally corrupt anti-hero and a ballsy heroine. My review: this book is dark and twisted. Think Sons of Anarchy, but way better. It's gritty, it's full of angst, so if you're new to the genre, tread carefully. If you don't like it, try not to judge the whole genre by one book alone. There are so many different tropes in romance. As the story unfolds, I promise you, you will laugh out loud, take some really sharply drawn in breaths, and you will have many WTF moments. But be careful, TM's books like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Running time is 8 hours and 39 minutes, so you get your money's worth. Here's my ratings, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. The narration. I would give the narration a 4/5 because I think they did an amazing job. The sex scenes are really hot, so I'll give that also a 4.5. For me, this is a great example of a romance audiobook. The combination of great writing and fantastic narration from both actors make this flawless. However, it does end on a cliffhanger, but luckily Tyrant Book 2 of King's story is also ready to be downloaded. There are 11 books in the King series and most characters appear in all the others, so I would advise you listen to them in order. As I said, it's violent, it's graphic, and if this is the first book in the genre, tread carefully, as it is full on. She writes great complex characters, they feel like friends. As for me, I would love to go and hang out with the guys from Logan's Beach. And that's it for this edition of Eargasms. Please like and subscribe. Links for King can be found below.